Everybody, I'm Becky Edwards. I'm one of the race directors here in North Carolina, and I am the race director for Triple Lakes this year. If you've been at any other Trivium races this year, you have probably seen me there. I'm usually at the timing tent. But we wanted to make sure for Triple Lakes that as 40 milers that we answer all your questions for what is happening race day. So I'm going to go through the athlete guide. Hopefully everybody has checked that out. I'm going to make one clarification, and I meant to, hold on one second. Hey, Josh, can you bring me a piece of the trail tape that we cut? I'm going to show you the one in the basket. So in the athlete guide, it says a color, but I'm actually going to show you what it looks like, because we're debating what color it actually is. So I'm going to start with the athlete guide, if you'll give me just a second.
And I put the link in the chat. So if anybody's like looking for it, I just put the link in the chat for easy access.
Thank you. So race day schedule. If you're not doing early packet pickup on Friday at Fleet Feet, packet pickup starts at the park at Bur-Mil at 6:30 a.m. And then the 40 mile will start. We start Triple Lakes on time. So it will start at 8:05. We have the course closes at 8:05. So we make sure that we do start on time to give you all the full amount. I'm gonna go pretty fast through these. The parking, the event area is in the very back of the park, and there's a big field for parking right beside it. So it shouldn't be a problem. Everyone should be able to park in that field. These are our course time limits and cutoffs. So for the 40 mile, you have to maintain at the slowest an 18-minute per mile pace. Our first cutoff is at mile 18. And so you have to be there by 1:30. The next cutoff is mile 23.3. That you have to be there at 3:05. So mile 18 is when is at aid station 5 for you. It will be your 5th aid station. And so you will hit that aid station. That's where your drop bag is. Then you will go onto the trail. You will then make the U-turn and then make your way right back. And that's where you'll hit the aid station again. And so you have to be there by 3:05. The next strict cutoff is the Laurel Bluff will be what you will hit is aid station 6. And so that's mile 26.7, and you have to be there by 4:08 p.m. And then the next official strict cutoff is at your aid station 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Aid station 9, which is mile 34, and you have to be there by 6:17 p.m. These are extremely strict. We will not let any 40 miler go past these times. We will have sweepers on the course that are following the last 40 miler. And we will also have sweepers at other areas on the course. So we are strict about this 18-minute per mile pace at the slowest that you do have to keep. One reason for that is the park. We have to be out of the park by a certain time. So to ensure that, we have to have you off of the trails at a certain time. 40 milers get a drop bag. So you get one drop bag. You have the chance to see it twice, because it is at the aid station that you will pass twice. You will mark this does say name. Actually, it's just your bib number on the bag, and you can pack it with any change of clothes, shoes, any special snacks. if you know that you are going to be close to this 18-minute per mile pace, you need a headlamp. It gets dark, obviously earlier now, and so it will be dark for anyone who's on the trail past 6:30. So you can put your headlamp in there so you don't have to carry it the entire way. The drop bags are 20 by, I just had this pulled up. They are 20 inches by 24 inches by 4 inches, and they have a drawstring. So they are big. They can handle a lot of stuff, but we do ask that whatever you pack, that the bag is able to be closed in that. So course markings for 40 milers.
A question?
Yes, go ahead.
Can we take our own drop bags?
So as long as your drop bag fits in our clear bag, that is perfectly fine.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. And a lot of people do that. Their drop bags fit. I don't know of any bag that we've had yet that does not fit in our clear bags. So that shouldn't be a problem. So course markings on the trail. So there will be trail signs on the trail at intersections telling you left, right, straight if needed. And then we use tape along the trail, and it's usually marked about every 0.1 of a mile. Sometimes it's a little closer than that, depending on if it's a trail that might have some side splits. Like to a neighborhood or something, we will put extra tape to make sure that you're heading in the correct direction. So for the parts of the course that the 40 milers share with the marathon and half marathon, you will be following orange, and it will be on your right side. You're always following whatever tape is on the right, because in some areas of the trail, 40 milers, you will have lots of two-way traffic. So you're always following the trail tape on the right, the signs on the right. So to begin with, you all will follow orange tape, and then when you split off from the half marathoners, you will then begin to follow yellow tape. And so yellow is for the 40 milers and the marathoners. And then at the second split, where the marathoners then turn off to continue on, but the 40 milers go straight to finish up to head out on the section of the 40-mile course, you will follow red. Now I say red, and I'm going to stop showing my screen for a really quick second because it's actually more pink, but it is, the color is called red. So I'm going to change this in the guide this week so that you all, so that it's updated. So I wanted to show it first tonight on the meeting. And so it's supposed to be fluorescent red, but it is more of a fluorescent pink color. So you will be following this color that is just for 40-mile trail. Now I'm going to go back to my... So then once 40 miles, so then just remember that when you meet up with trail sections that the marathoners are on, it'll switch back to yellow. And then when you meet up with the trail section that the half marathoners were on, it'll switch back to orange. And so 40 milers, you will see 3 different colors. But again, we do have signs out there that are directing you at each of those splits. So if marathoners go a certain direction, the sign is, if 40 milers are going a certain direction, it's going to say 40 mile straight or 40 mile left or 40 mile right. If it is, so you will need to pay attention to the signs that say the distances on them. There are several road crossings with police. Please don't let the police are there only for traffic. they are not directing you along the course. We've had marathoners get directed the wrong way because they follow whatever the police says. So just please know that it is your responsibility to read the signs of which direction you're going. Let's see. So the course markings, these are just examples of the signs that are trail signs, right, left, straight. And then we have, like I said, we have big signs that say 40 mile straight, 40 mile right, directing you whichever way. I don't know if we have any 40 mile relay teams on here. Real quick, the relay teams are, each aid station is a relay exchange zone. One question that we had early that Melanie sent is talking about spectators, and this will apply to the relay exchange as well. There's one aid station that you all do see twice that it is not convenient for relay teams or spectators to get to, and that is aid station 1, and it is also aid station on the aid station chart. It's your aid station 12. It's not convenient because it is a half mile down the greenway, so you have to park. Your crew or the relay team has to park on the road in a neighborhood, and then they have to walk a half a mile down the greenway to actually get to the aid station. And so that's the one that for crew, for those that will have crew following them, that is the one that's, you don't really want to depend on your crew needs to know where you are. So make sure that they get there in time for you, since they do have to walk a little bit. Let's see, pacers. So pacers, if you're doing a pacer for the 40 mile distance, we ask that pacers jump in at the aid stations to start running with you. We ask that that they do have a bib. If they have not already registered, they do need to register to receive a pacer bib. I'm going to skip the aid station chart because I'm going to go through that in just a moment. So we do have the 40 mile turn by turn directions with the trail names and everything here in the athlete guide. I'm not going to go through that because I'm going to show the map in just a moment. Here are the map links in the athlete guide. So you can, if you want to download a GPX of that, you're more than welcome to. And then if you're not aware of this, for Triple Lakes, so we have a cask and we engrave the winners from each distance, male and female, on the cask, and the overall winner, male and female, get a wooden cup. So in the future, for any Triple Lake race they come to, they bring their wooden cup and they are able to get a shot of rum after the race. All right. And then we are having pancakes and bacon at the end. It will be there all day, 40 milers, no matter what time you finish. We will have that. If you're using RaceJoy, just a reminder for your friends and family or teammates to download the app because we are doing RaceJoy. It's enabled for this one. Let's see. I'm going to switch to the aid station chart, and I'm kind of to zoom in. It's a little fuzzy, so I'm hoping. So if you go to the link for this, either through the Triple Lakes Run Sign Up website or through the athlete guide, it does have, these are GPS coordinates for where the aid station actually is. So aid station 1 is on the greenway, and that's the one that you have to walk a half mile into. So this is the one that you have to walk, and it does tell you for the parking directions that you have to do that. That will also be the very last aid station as well. So that's your aid station at mile 6.25, and it's the same aid station for mile 35.7 for you. So each of our aid stations will have water, tailwind, and Coke. So those are standard at for each one. For our tailwind, we use the endurance bulk formula. If you're familiar with tailwind, that equals sorry, my mind went blank. The nutritional facts is it's 1 scoop to 12 to 13 ounces of water is how it equals out when it's mixed, when we mix it. And so if you're looking at that information, that's what that is for us. So your first and your last aid station will have bananas, it will have trail mix, it will have pickles, hummus wraps, pretzels, and huma gels. I should have said this for the tailwind. For the tailwind, we use, and I don't know the flavors yet. I will know those tomorrow, and we will send that information out. We use Naked for flavors. We use Naked, mandarin, raspberry, which is caffeinated, and the new the watermelon flavor as well. So we use those flavors, and it will be, so I don't know which aid station will have which flavor yet, but we're packing them tomorrow, and so we will send that information out once we get that packed. Your aid station 2, which is also your aid station on the chart, it's also aid station 11. It will have water, tailwind, Coke, peanut butter, peanut butter and or cheese crackers, chocolate covered nuts, and they're chocolate covered cashews, and they are dark chocolate covered almonds, dried fruit, and huma gels. The dried fruit is a mixture of like raisins, apricots, cranberries. Those are the ones I know off the top of my head. I don't remember now exactly which ones will be packed, but I know those are the basics. Aid station 3 will also be your aid station 10 on the chart. It has water, tailwind, Coke. It will have boiled potatoes with salt. It will have oranges, cookies, which are Oreo cookies, pretzels, and huma gels. Your aid station 4, which on the chart is also your aid station 9, will have water, tailwind, Coke, pickles, bacon, grapes, jelly beans, peanut butter or cheese crackers, and huma gels. And then your aid station, it says 7 and 8, but really it's your aid station. That's the 5th one you'll see, which is also where your drop bags are. You'll have water, tailwind, Coke, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, chips, pickles, Rice Krispie treats, bananas, and huma gels. Our huma gels is just random flavors. I have no idea what they'll be. They could be anything from chocolate to apple cinnamon, lemonade. Some of them are the huma, I think plus, essentials plus or huma plus gels as well. So it's a mixture of flavors. Every aid station will have a basic first aid. It will have feminine hygiene products. It will have electrolyte tablets, and it will have salt tablets and Vaseline. Now, the salt tablets, they will either be just plain salt, or they will be the Salt Stick brand, which also has electrolytes in it. So it will be one or the other at the aid stations. You have, let's see, will be a porta-john at your aid station 2, and also aid station, what is on the chart, aid station 11, because you passed that. You'll have a porta-john a mile at aid station 3, which you will pass again on the way going back towards the finish. You will also have an aid station on a trail entrance that is not listed here because it is actually not at an aid station, but it's one that only the 40 milers will see because it's at one of the trailheads that you will pass. And so you will see an additional porta-john. It would be I'm going to say it's somewhere around mile 7, between 16 and 17. I'm not exactly sure of the exact mileage, but it's between 16 and 17 that you will see another portage on. And then there will be a portage on at so 16 and 17. So on your way back, that would be somewhere between 24 and 24 and 25 as well. This also lists the cutoffs for you. Again, so you have that information. And then, and again, your crew, it has the GPS links. There was another question about this. So all of the aid stations allow crew. That is not an issue. It is just that first aid station and the last station, at last aid station, they have a walk to go through. Some of them, there is limited parking. Some of them have very small lots, so they might have to park up the street from it. Or some of these, there's like 2 trailheads, but one is just slightly further they have to walk from. But they all, for crew, they're all available. So I had a question about, are pacers responsible for getting themselves to the place they will meet the runners? Yes. Pacers do have to get wherever they have to get on the trail themselves, and they have to get off the trail themselves, meaning they need to have their own ride to wherever they are getting on or leaving the trail. Let's see, aid station. Are there any questions about the aid stations besides anything I didn't answer? All right.
One more thing, Becky.
Yes.
It is a cupless race, correct?
Do what?
It's a cupless race, correct?
Oh, yes. Sorry. So for the $40,
No. I just yes.
Yes, complete. Sorry, thank you. Forgot about that. So 40 milers. So we are a cupless race, meaning that you will be given a reusable cup to use. So like the Coke, if you want Coke, the aid station volunteers will pour it in your reusable cup. Or if you just need to drink a Tailwind and you don't want to put it, if you're using a hydration pack or vest, and you don't want to put Tailwind in it, you can use your cup to have that. So we will have very limited cups on course for you. And so you do need the reusable cup for that.
Do you have your own bottle? Is there a tap or an easy way to fill that bottle?
If you're carrying your own hydration stuff, yes, we have coolers, and so our aid station volunteers will help you fill whatever you need.
Thank you.
Let's see. So I'm going to move to the map to make sure. Let me give it I'm going to refresh it because I realize it's probably not sharing yet. If you'll give me just a minute. It didn't load very well. All right. So I'm not sure how many local people we have on the call that are actually familiar with the trails here around Greensboro. For those that are not familiar or coming from out of town, and you have crew with you, the aid stations, they're very easy to get to. We are not out in the middle of nowhere. There are main roads that run parallel or perpendicular with each of these trails. So it is very easy for crew to get around. So we have, I'm going to, so we have our start here at Bur-Mil Park. We run through a little bit of grass to get you on the greenway. Just a very short, very, very short little grass at the start line to get you on a paved greenway path for it's just over a mile, where you will then enter Owl's Roost Trail. So you will take Owl's Roost Trail. Owl's Roost is a mountain bike trail, so it does have quite a few up and downs. It has trail that runs parallel to each other for mountain bikes because you have the easy path and then the hard path. They are literally side by side. And as the athlete, and I'll just be honest, if I'm the one marking the trail, I'm marking the easy path. But you are more than welcome to take either one because they are they are running parallel together. And when I mean that they're running parallel, they are side by side, and it's probably maybe 20 foot of trail. It's not like you're running a mile beside someone else on a different trail. It's like 20 feet that the trail splits and then comes right back together. So you're going to travel along Owl's Roost. Then you will make a left turn and get on Shady Side. And Shady Side, again, is a mountain bike trail. And you're going to make your way back to the greenway. Now, here it shows like a really, you're running right here parallel to the greenway. You jump on the greenway and then go hit your aid station. Sorry, my mouse is going way too fast. You hit your aid station right there on the greenway, and then you jump into the Palm Meadow Trail. So you're going to travel along the Palm Meadow Trail. And I'm trying to move it up. You travel, along the Palm Meadow Trail. You're going to come out and hit a sidewalk and follow that across a small little bridge. You will then be in a parking lot where you will hit your second aid station, and this is mile 8. Right back into the Nat Greens Trail. You're going to continue along the Nat Greens Trail. I'm going to back just a little bit. Right here is the greenway, and that is where the half marathoners will split. They will turn left, while the 40 milers, you and the marathoners, will continue straight on the Nat Greens Trail. And so you will continue along Nat Greens for you're on there for about
Becky, I don't know. I can't hear you anymore. I don't know if I'm the only one.
Same.
Same.
I can't hear either.
I don't know if you want to close out and come back in, Becky, or I can't hear. I can't hear you. There you go. I also know that there's been like some weird outages going on today, so I wasn't sure if it was her computer, if it was my computer. So she'll be back on in a moment.
Are we allowed to use headphones?
Yes. I will say if you wear headphones, it is best to not have headphones in both ears, or if you have headphones in both ears, have the sound down low. This is for safety reasons. You need to hear people behind you. You never know. Some kind of weird weather could always happen. Not necessarily going to happen, but it's for your best interest if you have headphones on to make sure that you're not in. They're not loud. You need to hear what's going on around you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Did you all
Thank
hear
you.
any of the map?
So yes.
Okay.
I know, like, for me, I was like, certain parts were like cutting in and out, and I was just telling everybody I didn't know if it was a connectivity issue because there's been a bunch of outages today.
Gotcha.
But I'm trying to think where you stopped.
Okay.
I think
I
on
would
the
say
Nathaniel Green Trail.
where you kind of split off from the marathon.
There you go.
From the marathon? Okay. All right. So that happens right here at the exit of Laurel Bluff Trail onto Church Street. There will be a policeman there
Ooh, I don't have
directing
the map. I'm
traffic.
sorry,
Again,
Can you show your screen?
I don't have the map anymore.
Show your
oh, the map's not showing now?
Nope. Mm-mm.
All right. Let me try it one more time.
It says you started presenting, but I still don't see anything.
Let me try one more. Are you all seeing a map now?
Mm.
No.
No.
I wonder if I shared the map, but I know I would be kind of, you'd just be like, hey, you need to go this way with your arrow.
I think Melanie, did you take over as the presenter
I did not.
when she went away? It said it did when I looked back through, but
Oh, really?
yes.
Well, I can try to share my screen and we can kind of go from there if you want to try that, Becky. I don't know.
Sure. Let me stop.
Okay.
Since you all cannot see, I've tried it. I've turned it on and off like 3 times. So if you all aren't seeing it.
Hold on here. I know my screen is usually itty bitty for everybody, so make it bigger. Ooh. There, we can see my screen. So, tell me
if you will move yours to we need to see the right side of the screen. Yes,
this?
right there. Yes. So right there where her pointer is there will be a policeman there directing traffic. Again, please read the signs. There will be 40-mile signs right there telling you what direction to go. Please don't listen to the officer. They don't know which way you all are supposed to go. So then you will travel. You are actually going straight as 40 milers, and that is the Crockett Trail that you're going to continue on. It's just around a mile. You will come out of that trail and make a left turn and travel down the road. You'll cross a bridge, and then you will jump right on into the Osprey Trail. And then you will continue on Osprey Trail. And yeah, you can just keep going. You'll just continue on. Okay, right where if you back up just a little bit, do you see the straight line over the bridge, over the water? If you back up.
Right here?
Yes. So right there is mile 18. That's your drop bag location. That is, so you'll hit that going out. So this is now, that is a road crossing as well. We ask that you pay attention when you cross that road. There is not police at that location, but we will be putting cones in the center line so that cars do see that something is happening right there. So you're going to cross the street. You'll hit your drop bag. You'll hit the aid station, which is your 5th aid station. And you will then can jump into the trail. You'll continue on. And then you will come to the U-turn. So one thing that it doesn't, I just realized that I don't know that it says very well in the athlete guide, is when you come to this U-turn, 40 milers, there's going to be a U-turn sign. And on that sign, there's going to be eye patches. So the only way that we know that you've actually made it to the U-turn is if you bring an eye patch back with you to the aid station. So there will be an aid station out. This will be announced race day morning again. We will be including this information in this week's email as well as a reminder. When I update the color for the course marking, I am going to make sure that this is in big letters about the eye patch. If you don't bring an eye patch back, the aid station volunteer or staff is going to question you about that you made it, especially depending on how long it takes you. If it seems like it was a really short time to them, then they're going to question if you went to the U-turn, because it is an honor system at the U-turn. There is no staff there. There's no volunteer. We're trusting that you make it all the way to the U-turn and then turn around and come back on your own. So at this point, you will turn around at the U-turn. You will make it back to that aid station again, where you will see your drop bag again if you need to. So it's at this point, you need to let the volunteers know, hey, I'm done with my drop bag, so that they can take it back to the finish line so that it'll be there when you're done with your race. So you will then make your way back the same way you came in, through Osprey Trail. And then you'll continue on. You'll jump out of the trail. You'll make a right turn on the road. You'll go across that same bridge. You'll make a right turn into the Crockett Trail. You'll travel on that for about a mile. And now you're going to come where you originally you went straight. At this point, you're going to turn right now. And you're going to go across that bridge to get on the Reedy Fork Trail. So this is the Reedy Fork. This trail is probably, out of all the trails, the easiest trail. It's really nice. Some of it is a mountain bike trail, but it's a lot of it, especially once you get past the start where Mel's cursor is, it really starts to level out, and it's a really nice trail as you go on it. So you're going to continue on Reedy Fork Trail. You're going to come out on Lake Grant Road. You're going to make a left, and you're going to run up the road. You're going to cross the dam, and then you're going to hit your aid station 5, 6, 7. This should be your 8, but I know it's not listed as number 8 on the aid station chart. It's probably listed as 10, aid station 10 for you on the chart. You're going to hit this aid station, and you're going to jump right back into the Nat Greens Trail to make your way back towards Bur-Mil Park, where you started. So you're going to continue straight on Nat Greens. When you hit the Greenway, you're going to continue straight on the Greenway. There will be a sign, because marathoners will turn right. 40 milers, you will stay straight at that spot. Then you'll go, you'll hit your aid station 11. That is that's the last hard cutoff. You have to be at aid station 11 at 6:17. Then you will make your way onto the Palmetto Trail, and you'll hit the last aid station, and it's just below Mel's cursor. She's already on the trail, but the last aid station, you'll hit that. And then you'll make your way onto Owl's Roost Trail. And then you will continue on Owl's Roost Trail for the last, I want to say it's just under 4 miles. And to get yourself back, and you will follow Owl's Roost all the way to the finish line. And so Owls Roost Trail, when you first started, you made the left turn up there to go on Shady Side for the start of the race. At this part for the exit, you will continue straight at that little intersection, and that will take you all the way to the finish line. Unfortunately for our finishers, the finish line is on a little hill. So I do feel sorry for our 40 milers that you all have to climb that to actually get to the finish line. They have installed steps. So depending on how you feel, you might want to take the steps or go up the grassy hill, whichever feels better for you at that moment. So that is the map. And let's see, was there anything? So there were questions I know about the terrain. Owls Roost Trail and Shady Side are mountain bike trails. So they are more technical. At every trail, because it was asked if it's rocky, rooty, all the trails are rooty. They just are that way. The Reedy Fork Trail, like I said earlier, that is probably the nicest trail. That has some of the smoothest sections on it. All the trails, I know Nat Greens, I know Laurel Bluff Trail, and I know Reedy Fork. They all have sections of like wooden bridges. We don't, as of right now, we're not expecting any rain this week. So the bridges should be, they should be dry. I'm not going to make any promises since there's dew and they're in the shade, but all of those should be pretty dry this week. As far as I'm aware, there hasn't been any washout lately. We haven't really had a lot of rain in the area in the past few weeks. So I know in the beginning of October, there was some rain that week, and we expected I think there was a tropical storm we were expecting to come through. So there was that little bit of rain, but nothing that did any harm to the trails. So for, terrain wise, they're just, I don't know of any area that is abnormally rooty or rocky. They are just really normal trails. I haven't been on them. I'm going out on them Thursday. So we will start giving trail conditions Thursday and Friday. It is unfortunately like walnut season and acorn season. So there are tons of those on the ground. So we will really see what that looks like Thursday and Friday and how much is actually out there. Let's see.
You have to worry about any kind of bugs this time of year? Like, I don't know if there's like how the mosquitoes are or anything.
Mosquitoes, probably, but I wouldn't think that they would be.
I got stung by
too
something
bad.
last weekend, actually. I don't know. I didn't see what it was, but it didn't feel very good.
Oh,
Yeah. So I will say this now, a lot of, the person in the front is probably going to get hit by a lot of spiders. I will say that it is.
so don't be fast.
Yeah. There's a certain spider that comes out right now in North Carolina, and it is out in full steam, and they are webs everywhere for this certain spider. And so I will say whoever is the first few in front, or if you're abnormally tall, you will probably get quite a few spider webs. I haven't seen, and I will say it probably depends on what the weather, how warm we expect it this week. It's supposed to be in the lower 70s. I don't really know if horseflies are still out. We haven't really had a lot of problems with those lately.
Those hurt.
Yes.
They really do hurt.
Yeah. Mosquitoes, there will be areas with mosquitoes just because you all are running by the side of the lake. So there are some areas that you all are running by that do have some stagnant water. beside them. So there are certain areas that mosquitoes might be a little bit bad.
So Tabitha had a question. She says, can someone grab our drop bags for us, or
So if you're talking about at the aid station, like if you have crew, then yes, if we're not responsible for someone if you have crew that's grabbing your drop bag, that is knowing that they know what your bib number is. And if they grab it at the aid station, that is going on the honor system that they are there to get your bag. And so, but if they're again at the finish, because we do have a lot of spouses that come and grab bags, which is fine. We do let you do that. And so, but we do work really hard to get the drop bags back to the finish line before you all get back to the finish line. So you're not having to wait for them. So drop bags can be dropped race morning. So when you get to Bur-Mil Park, at the event area, we will have a spot to put your drop bags. And so you will make sure that they have a label on them that will have your bib number on it. And then you just drop it in that spot and they will get taken to the aid station. So race morning is when you'll bring those. Relay teams do not get drop bags. I don't think I said that earlier. But we expect relay teams to be at every aid station so that they are pretty self-sufficient and don't need a drop bag. Let's see. So temperatures is taught. There was a question about weather and gear advice. So again, as long as we don't have rain, we should not expect wet trail. And so it's been asked before, like, do you have to have trail shoes for these trails? These trails are friendly for either type. It is really whatever you're most comfortable in. If you like trail shoes, I suggest wearing trail shoes. If you are comfortable running trail in your road shoes, these trails should not be too hard or difficult to do that. And that is going on based on the weather reports that we are not going to have rain. And then if you think that you might get chilly in the evening and you are closer to that 18-minute per mile pace, you might want to think about putting maybe a long sleeve something in your drop bag so that it's there, and you can add it if you think you're going to need it. Currently I'm showing we're going to be in the mid 60s, and for the day, which means we're probably going to drop into the 50s by 8 is my assumption. We might be in the 50s. So that really is if you're think that you're going to be closer to the 18-minute mile, you might want to pack something in your drop bag. I did see a question.
Yes, there's actually I think there's, well, maybe it's just one. Yeah. How many points can you get for the individual cup compared to the other two distances? And then after what distance can pacers join? So 2 questions.
So pacers can join starting technically at any point in the race.
Actually, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, they're welcome to join at any point.
And then points designation for the individual cup compared to the other 2 distances. Oh, that's actually like a good question. I don't actually think Becky, correct me, I don't think it matters. Does it matter the distance? Oh,
It did. I thought it
I'm
did.
trying to remember now because there's so many details, but it probably is. And I should know this. because, but I know that Kathy is the one who always,
Let's-
she just does all the work. And so I like promote it, but like she does all the behind the
Yes.
scenes work. So, let me go back to the series. Points. Hold on here. Okay, so I know that, overall points is one thing. Wait for their team, volunteers earn. Sorry. What's it? Oh, I should know this off the top of my head. I just don't.
While she's looking for that answer, I have a quick question. My pacers
Sure.
are curious if they get to have the snacks.
Okay, so yes, we do account for pacers. Now, we assume that pacers are running a shorter distance, and that they don't need a ton of snacks. But yes, we are not excluding pacers from taking the snacks. We do ask that they do take a reusable cup. Otherwise, they might, at some of the aid stations, might run out of cups. So we ask that they do ask it when your pacer checks in, or if you're checking in for your pacer, that ask for a reusable cup for them.
Thank you.
So since this race has 3 distances, the rule says for like the individual standings, for events that have 2 distances, the longer distance will receive double the regular points. So the longer distance, even though there's 3 with this, will receive double the regular points. There's been a lot of changes, like in a good way, for the point series this year. It's just, there's like a lot of details for everybody in the team to understand. So thanks for bearing with us. But we love that people are excited about the Club Cup and the individual series standings.
Let's see, did I cutoffs?
I'm trying to think about if there's any other questions.
So there was one question, and I'll be honest, I don't know a good tip, but it's asked for what's the pacing strategy for staying in good shape for the last 10 miles. So if anyone has a good tip for pacing strategies for that, you're welcome to chime in.
Well, okay, I will say this. So it's not necessarily for the end, but if you don't stay on top of your nutrition and hydration, it's going to bite you in the end. So make sure that you stay on top of your nutrition, hydration, whatever that is that you've been training. Because if you don't, those last 10 miles, your pace is going to really drop. So that's like my advice. But like I said, it starts more from the beginning. And remember, it's your race. It's not anybody else's race. So if you don't see people eating and drinking, it doesn't necessarily mean they're not, or it shouldn't matter what they're doing, because it's what you need to do for you to finish the race. And, if you need to stop at an aid station because you need something to eat, stop and do it. Because you want to feel good when you end.
So we don't really want to keep you all like super long, and it's almost an hour, especially with my technical difficulties that I had.
That's okay.
So if you have any more questions, you're welcome to ask. If you don't have any more questions, we will be sending out more emails this week. And again, if you think of questions, you can email us, and we will answer those for you. So really, if we've answered everything for you, you're welcome to get off the call. If you have any other questions, just let us know.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
She says, someone said, is there an updated individual club cup update since Pilot Mountain Hanging Rock?
There should have been
There
because
should have been, but I know that Kathy was a little behind on things.
did the multi-sport get done? Because that would have been the next one
Yeah.
at Greens.
No, because I'm not throwing anybody on the bus, but I know that Kathy was waiting for something from Libby because of some sort of scoring.
Yeah.
Especially because with multi-sport and it was Nat Green was the last race. It's
Mhm.
it's a little more complicated.
Mhm.
So it's not that we haven't been working on that. It's just, unfortunately, there's probably been 2 other races since that.
Yes.
But it's not that it's not important for us. So we are
Mhm.
working on that.
Yeah.
Is there a way to see a list of participants before the race?
Yeah. So if you're on the Triple Lakes website, the run sign up page under the more, there's a
Mhm.
participant tracking. And that
Okay.
list, and you can there's a total events drop down button and you can search by event to
Okay.
narrow it down.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you remind me how the packet pickup works? Like you said, I think you mentioned Fleet Feet. I know you can get it the morning of, but what?
Yes.
Yeah.
So early packet pickup will be Friday afternoon, 4 to 6 at Fleet Feet in Greensboro. And then Saturday morning. So Friday, if you're doing 40 miles, we will give you your drop bag. We will just not take it until Saturday morning. From you. Yeah.
And the drop bags, you said those are like large clear bags, and like, are they already marked, or like do we need to bring them? Like, you guys gonna have markers, or?
We'll have a marker and we'll have labels for you to write your bib number down and put it on the bag.
Okay. And then since there's going to probably be a lot of drop bags, are the aid station people going to help us find which one's ours because they're all going to look the same? Okay.
Yes. So they will put them in numerical order and help you find them. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for doing this.
Yep.
See you later.
Bye. Hey, Curtis, are you still on the call? Okay.